Another lawsuit. If you've watched, you might know it. Hey, you know what, Ricky? There's been too many lawsuits going around. Now, this time, the lawsuit takes us to an apologist, a person who actually makes a reference to the Bible, a man by the name of Wes Huff. Now, this man had a debate very recently, and this debate was against one particular man by the name of Bill Carson, who deems himself as a very knowledgeable person about the ancestors, our true ancestors as people in the world. Now, to him, our ancestors are aliens, of course, and he talks about how he prides himself about the things that our ancestors have left. So why does he talk about these things? Because he wants to derive an audience to sell them material and whatever, book them for events or whatever, keep teaching about all those strange teachings. It's either identity politics, or it's either that they bring up subjects, anything to drive away from God. And that's what Bill Carson is on. He gets interviewed about it everywhere he goes around. He's always seemed like he knows what he's talking about. He talks about, hey, you know, how he is the one thing that's going to seal Christianity. So you might be asking, okay, Ricky, this sounds like it's a winning battle. So where does the lawsuit come in? So as I mentioned, West did an interview discussion with him, and West was there to defend the Bible against Carson's claims. And unfortunately, Bill lost the interview. He lost the debate at every turn. West completely destroyed him. Okay, this is his website right here. And you can see there he even has a picture thingy where it says, "Can I trust the Bible?" So he's an apologist who defends the scriptures. I'm telling you, I had tears in my eyes watching this man completely annihilate this man. So right now, there's been footage that has been going around of this discussion, and Bill Carson, whatever you may call him, he's been trying to get these videos removed, because for a very long time he's been out there and he's never met his. Now finally he met someone who completely when it came to the New Testament, he made claims about Jesus. Huff completely destroyed his argument. Completely. He tried to jump back to the Old Testament, talking about a creation story and his sources. You know, the most interesting part about how West actually dealt with that particular part is that he knew exactly the documents that Bill was talking about. He quoted directly for them and said, "You're bluffing. The evidence of what you're talking about is actually been examined, has been determined to be false. So what are you talking about?" So this guy, Bill, came out looking foolish in that argument. And I'm going to show you where to go and watch it if you want to go and watch the video. And you can see some of the thinking. John Cash did the video. You remember John? We did a video with him some time ago. Russell also did a bit of a video reaction. But like I said, that this video, they're trying to take it down to preserve Bill's image. That's why Bill is threatening to sue Wes if these videos keep coming up and stuff like that, exposing that the man doesn't know what he's talking about. He was provided evidence, proof of what he's saying, that what you're saying, it's hogwash, but he doesn't care. Why? He cares about making a buck. He cares about making a buck because that is what his entire thing is about. Now, this is what Wes' response was to Bill.
For those of you who don't know, I was invited to interact with Billy on a podcast that he agreed to come on. It was not his podcast, where he was notified beforehand who I was and what we'd be talking about. After that debate took place, Billy attempted to suppress the footage. That didn't really work. I've released clips from that conversation. Well, Billy does not want you to see those clips and has sent me a cease and desist letter. I was really hoping that this could be an opportunity for Billy to learn, to see the major errors that he's been repeating and turn this into a learning experience. I even offered to follow up with Billy in order to show him how and where he could find accurate and credible resources in order to make sure that what he was saying was verifiably correct going forward.
So, of course, he didn't care. You know, you can go and check that video. It's on West's YouTube channel. And the reason why he doesn't care about the credible information that actually shows that he's spreading misinformation is because they make money from it. They don't care about truth. That's why you hear they come here. They don't care about presenting scripture, accuracy of that information. They don't care about that. You'll remember this popular atheist when he was asked, what would it take? What would it take for you to believe that the gospel is true? And he just really said, there isn't enough evidence that will ever convince him. These people make money from opposing. Like when you see people, you see even here in South Africa and so forth, when you see people opposing the Bible, it becomes a cash cow for them. That is the worst thing that could happen to you, for you to start earning money opposing the Bible. Because the devil will be the one that sponsors you at that point, which is where Bill is. He's been on interviews all over the place, on Joe Rogan, whatnot, talking about his supposed ancestors. You say my ancestors are fallen angels. I mean, like, come on, are you cuckoo? Are you cuckoo for Cocoa Pops? And but he doesn't care. Why? Because he makes money doing that. And so when people like Wes come up and they dispute what he says and they show his thing, he's uncomfortable. He's knocked out uncomfortable. You know what? This here shows you why we need apologists. You know, in all fields. This is not a part of study that I've taken on, you know. But I'm glad when I saw him completely. I was so excited. I was sitting in the background like, yay! Anytime you're defending the gospel, just hear my voice, yay! Because I'm like, yes, we have won. Because it's not a waste of time for us to study what these people believe so that we can show it to them. What Wes did here, it's not just apologetics, it's polemics. Polemics, you go and study what they believe so that you can use the truth to dispute it. He didn't just stick to just knowing the Bible. He went as far as studying what exactly does this fake text deal with. And at one point, he even pulls one of them, and Bill was not prepared. And every single time West responds, the guy was completely shocked. He had nothing to respond. Like I said, if you want to watch this particular thing, you can see it. West also, what do you mean, made a video reaction to it. You can see it right here. And he says, it's career ending. Definitely. It's completely career ending because it exposed that he doesn't care about truth. He's not teaching this stuff for truth. He's teaching this because he makes money from it. A lot of the people that are in this field who end up, because they make money from it. They make money being invited to come and speak. So they're not going to give it up. They don't care about truth. They only care about the fact that they keep presenting this misinformation to people that don't know. That's it. That's their joy. Is that they're going to come and tell you, the Bible is this. No, Jesus had a wife. And then West said, excuse me, which document says that? And so when he tries to quote, he's like, but dude, that has always been cited as a fraud. So why are you using fraudulent? And then because he can't answer that, he simply ducks. No, let's talk about every single time when he was pressed on the legitimacy of what he was presenting. He was just kind of hoping that the guy doesn't know what he's talking about, because you can't refute a subject if you don't know it. Like, for instance, West knew the creation account which Bill was presenting, and as a result, he could completely dismantle it because he knew it. He was like, because Bill says in the debate, yeah, there are other accounts that actually that are direct copies of what you see in the Bible, and they show that the Bible is just a copy. And he's like, okay, recite it. What does it say? And when he starts to do so, he's like, but do you realize that the entire text is not a copy? You said it's a copy. It's not. It's clearly not a copy. And instead of answering that, guess what? No, let's move on to why. Because he is only... He's not there. He's not interested in validating truth. He's not interested. He's not interested in that. He's like a pilot. You ask, what is truth, and not wait to get an answer. There's people like that. And so right now, Bill is out there threatening heavy to sue Wes Huff, who is a Christian apologist, for exposing that he doesn't know what he's talking about. How sad. How sad. When truth is given, you think they are the proponents for truth. They are the ones who care about truth. No, they don't. They want to keep peddling things, as long as they keep peddling it to people that don't know enough to either reason or research. And in videos like the video that I showed about, or from What You Meme, he actually shows that there are areas to validate what have completely dismantled him on. But they don't care for truth. They only care about peddling their ideas to people that don't know, because it confuses them, right? It's like Maponga coming here and dazzle you with a couple of, no, the Bible, what? The letter J was not invented until when? Yeah, but the Bible was not written in that letter. Was not written in the letter J. So what are we talking about? Those are not arguments. It's why are you presenting that? Because it's not relevant to the writing of the text. It's not relevant to the person of Christ. So why are you presenting that? Just saying, the letter J was not presented, so it helps there. Be careful of people like that, because when they are pressed up against true fact, they actually buckle. And I thought this was quite an interesting one, and to see that a lawsuit literally came from it, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, because now those videos are circulating, and before you know it, everybody would have seen it to know that man them doesn't know what he's talking about. Be careful who you believe, because a lot of people out there do not care for truth. This is a perfect example of that. They only care about what pays them, and what pays them in this case is the misinformation. Be careful. It's Ricky. Y'all have a good one, and may God bless you, West, and continue to present the truth to those that are willing to hear.